A savvy rookie from the Sooner State.
This is the start of it all right here.
You find something that you want to be the best at, you always got to stick with it.
He emerged on the court early on.
Most impressive thing to me was just his character. You kind of started to see his versatility, take off even more.
And continued to shine on the collegiate stage.
My coach told me that I wasn't going to get on the floor unless I played good defense. So I just started guarding the best player on each team.
What a move by Richardson.
His blue-collar mentality landed him in Miami.
How you doing, Josh? Huh?
This has probably been the best week of my life. Actually, not even probably. It has been the best week of my life.
Competitive character, toughness, committing to the little things. Josh has a check mark on every single one of those.
Oh, down the gut. Welcome to the NBA.
And this mature young player has the right attitude.
The Heat organization is playing for championships, so prepare yourself like a champion.
Inside the Heat, Josh Richardson. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Heat. I'm Eric Reed. Josh Richardson was selected in the second round of the 2015 NBA Draft with the 40th pick by the Miami Heat. He was both unknown and underrated after playing 4 years at the University of Tennessee, but there was something about him that drew the attention of the Miami Heat. They loved what they saw from him, and they knew right away he could fit the championship culture of the organization. He's a mature, defensive-oriented combo guard with leadership qualities, and he impressed the Heat on and off the court with his versatile game and his high-quality personality. And all of that was a product of being raised in a close, disciplined family in a small hometown of Edmond, Oklahoma.
What's going on, baby?
Not much.
Good to see you. So good to see you.
This is the start of it all right here. That was my room right there, the very back window. Looks a lot different than when I lived here, I'll tell you that much.
Josh, tell us what it was like growing up in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Growing up in Edmond, it's quiet. It's kind of like a suburb of Oklahoma City. Me and, 4 of my best friends would always just hang out all the time.
Josh was the kind of kid who was delightful. He was just fun.
He was a very inquisitive kid. He excelled in everything he did.
He was funny. He was just outgoing. He a friendly dude.
Josh is a very humble guy who, loves to have fun with his friends.
But Josh did more than just hang out with his friends.
Joshua played many sports. He played baseball, football, and of course, basketball.
The goal was right on the side of the driveway right there, just like kind of in the middle. Me and my older sister would play in the driveway.
I was always kind of around basketball, but I didn't really start playing until I was like 7. I loved it at first, so I started playing seriously in 5th or 6th grade, and from then on, I just never stopped.
What was it that sparked this emotion and passion for you about the game of basketball?
I think just the competition of it and wanting to be the best at it. When you find something that you want to be the best at, you always got to stick with it.
Josh grew up alongside his older sister, Alex, where much was learned from their parents and their professions. His dad was a firefighter, and his mom was a lieutenant colonel with the U.S. Air Force.
He taught me to stay real disciplined in everything you do and just tell me to take chances all the time. There's definitely those professions like firemen, you're running into burning buildings all the time. So my dad was big on me taking risks and not holding anything back.
Both of his parents also took a more hands-on approach when it came to teaching Josh about basketball.
I'm the one who would get him out in the driveway and work him hard and teach him the, technique and things like that. But as far as getting him on teams, that was all his dad.
We had a bunch of firefighters put together teams for football, baseball, and basketball.
His dad also signed him up to play AAU basketball at a local recreation center.
This place just means a lot to me just because pretty much everything monumental in my basketball career happened here. I played my first AAU tournament here. I got my first dunk here. It's just a lot of memories were made here.
I'll probably give up anything to go back and play a summer of AAU ball just because you're playing with your best friends. Just being able to compete with those guys, there's no better feeling than that.
While Josh was excelling with his skills on the court, much of the credit for his character and drive comes from how close he is to his family. I know your family means so much to you, especially that beautiful relationship you share with your grandmother, and I know she inspired you to play the piano. Tell us a little about your grandma and your connection with the piano and her.
When I was younger, she would always come over the house, and knowing I couldn't play piano at all, but she would always ask me to like go sit down and attempt to play something. And I know it sounded terrible, but she would always just sit there and like just listen. When I was 12, my grandmother passed away. A little bit after that, I just remember sitting at the piano and I was like, man, Grandma would probably want to hear this. And so I just started taking lessons seriously because I knew that she would appreciate that.
Josh also has strong beliefs that stem from his faith and what he learned growing up in the church.
There's one story that I remember about him. We were on our way to worship, and he said, "It's good to be alive." And his life has been like that ever since.
I just know it's the biggest thing that keeps you grounded, because a lot of guys get to this point and they'll just start trying to live different. And you know, I feel like me growing up in church like that has just helped me so much to keep my eyes straight.
Josh Richardson grew up in Edmond, Oklahoma, and he loved to participate in all sports. But once he began high school, his focus became singular when it came to sports. At Santa Fe High School, Josh embraced basketball and would have the opportunity to play every position and become the leader of his team. And at an early age, he took a mature approach to the game, taking pride in his defensive skills. It was there that he would discover his true talents that would one day lead him to his ultimate dream. Josh Richardson attended Santa Fe High School in Edmond, Oklahoma. After a growth spurt left him standing at 6'5", he chose to solely focus on basketball. His head coach, Sean Shank, quickly noticed Richardson's potential.
Well, just his size and his skill level was impressive. His ability to handle the ball already, his knowledge of the game. And probably the most impressive thing to me was just his character.
Coach Shank really just helped me with my work ethic, growing into my athleticism and my body, you know, transitioning from football to basketball.
What position did you play as a 6'5" high school kid?
Well, my sophomore year, I played power forward. My junior year, I played shooting guard. And my senior year, I played point guard.
That's quite a transition.
Yeah, I pretty much played every position.
HST was one of our big things, is to play hard, play smart, play together. And so we always were instilling in kids the ability to play together. And Josh bought into all that stuff, and that's just because of who he was.
Whenever it got to his senior year and my junior year, we didn't have a true point guard. And so Coach Shank actually put him at the point guard, and you kind of started to see his versatility, you know, take off even more.
What is it about the point guard spot that fits Josh Richardson?
Just being able to run the team. I think I'm a natural leader, just being able to control the way the game is going.
As the primary point guard his senior year, Josh averaged 16 points a game and was named to Oklahoma's Super 5 team and the All-State team. His successes and accolades caught the attention of college coaches around the country.
From the schools that were recruiting me, it was just tough to kind of narrow it down. Coach Martin was at Missouri State until like the end of my recruiting process. And he was the first coach to offer me a scholarship, the first coach to, you know, really show interest in me.
I felt like it was perfect for him. A relational coach, loved his players, tough, and had a history of making guys better.
During Richardson's recruitment, Coach Quanzo Martin left Missouri State as an assistant to accept the head coaching position at the University of Tennessee. For Josh, this meant a last-minute switch following Coach Martin and becoming a Tennessee Vol in the fall of 2011. When you first started playing the game, what was it that you found out you could do well right from the start?
Play defense, even though I didn't really like doing it in high school. But when I got to college, my coach told me that I wasn't going to get on the floor unless I played good defense. So I just started, you know, guarding the best player on each team, and I ended up starting all 4 years of college.
What a move by Richardson.
Richardson's first 2 years were all about adjustment, and by his junior year, he had worked his way up, averaging 10 points a game. But then Coach Martin presented him with a brand new challenge.
My junior year, my coach sat me down and he told me that I had to start taking basketball more seriously because he thinks I could, you know, become a really good player and a leader and a captain on the team. And I took that to heart.
Richardson proved himself and excelled, leading the Vols to the NCAA tournament where he averaged 20 points a game through the tournament.
Richardson, three, yes.
Why was it so important to you, Josh, to stay 4 years at Tennessee?
My junior year, I actually could have left, but I wanted to come back and see if I could lead a team by myself. I think there's a lot of different assets that go into leading, but, you know, the great ones figure out a way to balance all of them.
Josh finished his college career on a high note, excelling in his defensive game, and there to witness all of the moments were his parents, who moved to Tennessee after their retirement.
I think we missed 3 games over the 4 years for both of them. I think both of us only missed 1 game.
But for Josh and the Richardson family, college was more than just basketball. He took heart in the value of finishing his education.
Joshua receiving his degree was very important. An injury can easily take the basketball away, but once you get intellect, no one can take that away.